Angel Garrett here from Akashic Angels. I'm very excited to be with you this evening. Tonight, I kind of wanted to talk about what are some good books when you're starting out on your spiritual path. I know that for me, I wanted to just soak up as much knowledge as possible, and I really wanted to kind of tune in and really see what I could get into to open up my mind a little more. So I had to print out some of the pictures because I've given out these books. I was like, oh, where's this book? I couldn't find it, but that's okay. So the first one I want to talk about is The Secret. So The Secret is all about, the law of manifestation. It's all about, your thoughts create your reality. It's an amazing book. It's also a movie. And I will say that I actually preferred the movie over the book. And when I saw the movie, and it came out, years and years ago, I was like, oh my gosh, like your thoughts create your reality. And really, they kind of teach you how to hone in, get clear on what you desire, and then call it in. But the biggest thing is that you got to take action. So a lot of times we get stuck and not taking action. So The Secret kind of teaches you, and they have all these other spiritual mentors and guides and just phenomenal, phenomenal people. I love this book. It's amazing. Another book that I think is really great for anyone, regardless if you're on a spiritual path or not, is The Four Agreements. The Four Agreements, I did write them down on the back. So the Four Agreements, and I do want to go over them really quickly. So the first one is be impeccable with your word. So speak with integrity, say only what you mean, avoid gossip, avoid, talking down and things like that. And that's hard to do. I mean, how many times have we been at work and we're like, oh, that person, you know what I mean? So definitely be impeccable with your word. The second one is do not take anything personal. So what this comes down to, nothing's about yourself. We are, nothing's about you. I mean, it's very interesting. It's like, how they're like, oh, you may be in a crowd and you're like, oh, that person's talking about me. More than likely they're not. And then it's kind of like, just, they're not talking about you, and don't take it personally. The third one is don't make assumptions. So what happens when you make assumptions? You make a out of yourself an umption, So find the quiet courage to ask the basic questions and express what you really want, and communicate with others clearly. People aren't going to exactly know exactly what you want if you do not communicate it with them clearly. So maybe there's a time, I should hold that up better. Maybe there's a time that you're like, you're not feeling well or something's going on. And how is somebody going to know that you're not having a good day if you're not communicating with them? And they're going to treat you like, oh, what's wrong with that person? And the fourth one is always do your best. So, and your best is going to change from day to day. It's going to change from moment to moment. And just know that just always try your best. Love, 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 love this book. It's amazing. One of the author, he trained another student, and she wrote Warrior Goddess Training. Amazing also. Okay, I love all things Debbie Ford. You probably can't see this very well. This is the dark side of the light chasers. This is all about working with your shadow side, all with working with the things that are gross, ugly, yucky, that you kind of hide away. A lot of people relate to the shadow side, and it's integrating your shadow side with your light side so that you're a fully balanced human being. So it's taking the negative aspects of your personality and kind of identifying what is it about, inside yourself that you need to work on, and how do you move forward? Because what happens is, when you have those negative emotions, feelings, thoughts inside of you, when you encounter somebody that mirrors that behavior to you, it's going to trigger something inside of you, and you're going to have a visceral reaction. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful book. Love, love, love Debbie Ford. I've got another book I'm going to show you. So those are really good books. Another book that I have is The Emotion Code. Now, this is all about, kind of tapping in, and what are the emotions that are holding you back. So it's almost like your thoughts create your reality. So if you are struggling with, sadness or something like that, this book will kind of teach you how to identify it and also how to release it. As you can tell, I'm all about releasing today, I guess. But it's just the inner workings of the subconscious mind. Oh, I forgot. Of course, I was like, don't forget. I snapped pictures on my phone because this book, I have a lot of books on Kindle, because that's just super easy for me to read. The one book that I read, the first, was like The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Let me tell you, this book was heavy. It took me months and months and months to get through, but it was probably the first book that I really kind of tapped into. And I was like, wow, your subconscious mind has power of a lot of your thoughts and your actions. And this is all about how to attract money. I'm all about like money mindset and whatnot. So this is the first book that I read about it. And he is just, it's an amazing book. Another good book that is for like kind of opening yourself up for spirituality, The Lightworker Source. So they always talk about, it's a clear, easy to read book. It's step by step. It just will give you a lot of information of what it's like to be a light worker and how to kind of like, move on in your journey. And, the thing is about being like a light worker and being somebody who's spiritually gifted and spiritually open, there's a lot of things that you may experience that you're like, oh, and maybe you don't feel comfortable in telling. This kind of will help you feel more comfortable. And it will also help you to kind of like start seeing that, what you're going through is normal, and a lot of people do experience this. And we're definitely, a lot of people right now are having a massive awakening because there's so much shifting going on in the planet and the world. It's amazing. Really good book. I'm like, where do I put this? Another really good book is Light is the New Black. This is by Rebecca Campbell. She's got really good oracle cards too. If you're into oracle cards, I definitely would recommend getting this book. What I like about this one, it's almost like little paragraphs. So it's like quick, easy things to kind of like, oh, okay. Like what is a light worker? Like, it's pretty simple. Anyone who chooses to devote their life to being a bright light in the world is a light worker. Something as simple as that, but it's very powerful. And it's very like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. But what I like about it, it's very easy to read. She's got a light and she knows how to use it. Like that sounds like a song, right? I was challenged to sing a Beyonce song, and I'm telling you, I can't sing. So that's not something you want to suffer through, and it's just not going to happen. That is not one of my gifts. Another one is the Biology of Belief. I will say that this one is just really kind of deep into, it's like the biochemical effects of the brain's functioning, and it goes into like the DNA, the biology. I'm a registered nurse, so of course I'm always going to be wanting to look for the science of things. I want to understand what exactly I'm going through, so I'm going to look for something that's like sciencey and whatnot. So the Biology of Belief, it's a great, 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 great book. Another good book is Breaking the Habit of. So you can see a lot of this is like mindset work, digging in, going inward. Definitely in your spiritual path, like the first place you want to go into is inside. And that's where you can get all of your answers for sure. So this one, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, this is like kind of same thing. It's like you're not doomed by your genes and hardwired to be a certain way the rest of your life. So this book really like empowers you to really just kind of open yourself up, shift some of your beliefs. It's a really, really good book. He has another one. I think it's Becoming Supernatural. Sorry, it's on my bookcase back here. It's Becoming Supernatural, also a really, really good book. So those are like really good kind of like starter type books. I mean, this one's kind of heavy and the Biology of Belief is heavy, but they're still really good books if you're kind of starting your enlightenment, thing. Now you might want to go into like, okay, you're like, well, I like spirituality, but maybe I want to learn about past life. Well, I have a book for you. Many Lives, Many Masters. So one of my specialties is past lives. I'm telling you, this book is a quick, easy read, but it's super, super powerful. And you're just like, wow, this is very interesting. But this Brian Weiss is a great, 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 great book. Love it, love it, love it. Like I said, I definitely, and he's a psychiatrist too. So, but he kind of talks about how he goes into these sessions and how he digs into these past lives and he has all these experiences. It's really amazing. And like I said, for somebody like myself who does past life work, this book like really spoke to my soul because I'm like, wow, the work that I'm doing, like this is cathartic and it is helpful for, my clients. And it's just amazing to know like there may have been something in my past life that's currently impacting my future now. And if I work on healing that and integrating it, then I can have a much more empowered future. And I just like this book. It's a great book. Now, let's say you want to dabble into witchcraft or you want to learn a little bit about that. I've got a lot of those books. I'll tell you one of my favorites is The Green Witch. The Green Witch is a naturalist, an herbalist. It's all about nature. And what I love about like this book, like, the earth needs healing. The earth is a living conscious being. And I definitely like, I like this book. It's easy to read. It talks about like embracing your own power. Like it's pretty cool. The magic of trees. It goes into different herbs. It's just a great book. Craft a dream pillow. Lots of cool, fun stuff. I'm just like, ooh, I should do this. Ooh, I should do this. Candied flowers. Let's make some flowers next time. Lots of cool, fun stuff in this book. I think there's other ones in this series as well, but this one is excellent. Now, I told you, I have a love of Debbie Ford. This book is Your Holiness. So I am somebody who, I believe in God. Just because I'm spiritual doesn't mean that I'm not religious, doesn't mean I don't believe in Jesus and whatnot. This is all about praying and kind of getting you connected more with God. She has since passed, and this is like, they kind of compiled this after. It was like her thoughts and her prayers. And like, you just open it up, and every single thing in here is so powerful. This is just a simple, create a sacred space for prayer. How blessed I am to know you. How lucky I am to have you. How grateful I am to feel you. How holy it is to be one with you. Like, just let that just kind of wash over you. It just, I love it. Feels so amazing. So, and then you're probably asking, well, Rachel, what about astrology? I'm telling you, this is the only book you need for astrology. Okay? It says, the actual title is the only book you'll need for astrology. You print out your astrological chart. This is the only book you need. It will go into every single thing. It will tell you all about yourself, all about your family, all about your loved ones. So you're probably asking, well, Rachel, you've been doing this a long time. What are the books that you're reading right now? Okay, I'm obsessed with Atlantis right now. So Discovering Atlantis. This is the best book I've ever read about Atlantis. It is powerful. It is amazing. Love it. Love it. I got it for $2 off of Thrift Book. It's amazing. All right. And then right now, I really am liking Marine Saint Germain. So Waking Up in 5D. It's a great book. It's all about like going into the 5th dimension. I know I'm almost done, so I got to wrap it up. And then Beyond the Flower of Life. So I really hope that you like these book suggestions this evening. Like, honestly, whatever just grabs your attention, I would just encourage you to look into it, check it out, because there may be a little nugget of wisdom in it. I'll tell you, I have tons and tons of books, and every now and again, I'm like, oh, let me check that one out. Let me check that one out. And I really hope this was helpful, and I hope everyone has a great night. And this was super fast, and I will see you guys all next Wednesday. Have a great night.